Ever felt like you're drowning in debt with no way out? Like you're stuck in quicksand and every move you make just pulls you further down? I get it, guys. It's a terrifying place to be, staring at a mountain of bills, feeling that crushing weight on your chest, wondering if you'll ever see the light of day. Maybe you've made some mistakes. Maybe life threw you a curveball. Honestly, it doesn't matter how you got here. What matters is that there is a way out, even when it feels impossible. And I'm not talking about some get-rich-quick scheme or a magic wand solution because let's be real, those don't exist. We're talking about real, actionable strategies that can pull you back from the brink, specifically when you're facing something as daunting as bankruptcy. It's a word that scares a lot of people, and for good reason, but it's not always the financial death sentence it's made out to be. In fact, for some, it can be the first step towards a genuine fresh start, a clean slate. But navigating that path, that's where things get tricky, and that's where most people get lost or overwhelmed. That's why you're here, right? You're looking for answers, for a plan. So if you're ready to stop feeling helpless and start taking control, you're in the exact right place. Stay tuned, because we're about to reveal the unexpected steps to get out of bankruptcy that you won't believe. We're going to break down the process, demystify the jargon, and give you a clear roadmap. I'm going to share insights that could literally change your financial future, helping you understand how to not just survive bankruptcy, but to come out stronger on the other side. Smash that like button if you're ready to turn things around. Alright, first things first, and I'm not gonna lie, this part can be a little bit painful, a little bit uncomfortable, but trust me on this, it is absolutely 100% the most crucial first step to getting out of this mess. You have to assess your financial situation. I'm talking about a no-holds-barred, brutally honest look at every single penny coming in and every single penny going out. A lot of people avoid this. They'd rather, stick their head in the sand because facing the reality of the numbers is scary. But here's the thing, you cannot fix a problem if you don't understand the full extent of it. It's like trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. You need to see the map, guys. So, what does this actually mean? It means gathering all your financial documents, bank statements, credit card bills, loan agreements, pay stubs, investment accounts, literally everything that has a dollar sign on it. Yes, even that overdue notice you've been using as a coaster. We need to list out all your debts, who you owe, how much you owe, what the interest rates are. Then, we need to track all your income sources. For most people, this is a paycheck, but maybe you have a side hustle. Maybe you get some rental income. Whatever it is, write it down. The goal here is to get a crystal clear snapshot of your current financial health, or lack thereof. It's about confronting the beast head on. Don't just glance at it either. I want you to sit down, maybe grab a coffee, or don't, if you're trying to save money, which you should be, and really dive deep. Use a spreadsheet, a notebook, an app, whatever works for you, but get it all down on paper or screen. This isn't just about numbers, it's about understanding your habits, your patterns, and where your money is truly going. This detailed assessment is the foundation upon which your entire escape plan will be built. Without it, you're just guessing. And guessing is not a strategy when you're trying to escape bankruptcy. Seriously, don't skip this. Don't even think about skipping this. Okay, so you've faced the numbers, you've got that slightly queasy feeling in your stomach, but also, hopefully, a little bit of clarity. Good. Now we move on to step 2, creating a budget. And I know, when you hear the word budget, you probably think of something super restrictive, boring, like your grandma's old school envelope system where you can't spend a dime on anything fun. But we're not talking about that kind of budget, we're talking about a modern, flexible plan that actually adapts to your lifestyle. Or rather, the lifestyle you need to adopt to get out of debt. This isn't about deprivation, it's about direction. This budget needs to be realistic. If you tell yourself you're going to spend $0 on coffee for the next year when you currently buy a latte every day, you're setting yourself up for failure. Instead, we're going to look at those expenses you listed in step 1 and categorize them: needs versus wants. Housing, utilities, essential groceries, those are needs. That daily gourmet sandwich, the multiple streaming subscriptions you barely use, the impulse buys online, those are probably wants. The goal is to trim the wants aggressively and optimize the needs. Can you find a cheaper phone plan? Can you meal prep instead of eating out? Every dollar saved is a dollar you can throw at your debt. The key here is to make it sustainable. This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Your budget should allocate every single dollar of your income. The famous zero-based budget approach is fantastic for this. Income minus expenses equals 0. This means you're telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And it needs to be a living document. Review it weekly, adjust it monthly. Life happens, unexpected expenses pop up, but if you have a solid budget framework, you can adapt without derailing your entire plan. This budget is your roadmap to financial control, giving you power over your money, maybe for the first time ever. Chapter 3, The Secret Weapon, turning creditors into your unlikely allies. Now, for a part that makes a lot of people sweat, dealing with creditors. When you're in debt, especially if you're considering or going through bankruptcy, the idea of talking to the people you owe money to can be incredibly intimidating. You might imagine angry phone calls, threatening letters, and a whole lot of stress. And look, sometimes it can be tough, I won't sugarcoat it. But here's the twist. The secret weapon most people don't realize they have. Creditors are often more willing to negotiate than you think. Seriously, it's true. Let's dive into how you can actually turn the tables, or at least level the playing field a little bit. Think about it from their perspective. They are businesses. Their primary goal is to recover as much of the money owed to them as possible. If you file for certain types of bankruptcy, they might end up getting very little or even nothing. So if you proactively reach out and show a willingness to work out a plan, even if it's for a reduced amount or a modified payment schedule, they often see that as a better alternative than writing off the entire debt. They would rather get than. This is your leverage, guys. This is where communication becomes absolutely key. Don't just ignore their calls and letters. That's the worst thing you can do. So how do you approach this? First, be prepared. Have your financial assessment and your budget ready. Know what you can realistically offer. Then call them. Be polite. Be honest about your situation. Explain that you're facing financial hardship and are trying to avoid making things worse, or that you're going through bankruptcy and want to see if a settlement is possible for certain debts. Ask if they have hardship programs, if they're willing to lower interest rates, waive late fees, or even settle the debt for a lump sum that's less than the total amount owed. You'd be surprised how often they're open to discussion. Document everything: names, dates, agreements. This isn't about being a pushover, it's about smart negotiation. Chapter 4. More money, fewer problems. Unlocking new income streams, legally. Alright, we've talked about understanding your finances, budgeting like a pro, and even negotiating with creditors. Those are all about managing the money you. But what if you could just have money? Now we're talking. Chapter 4 is all about increasing your income. Because let's be honest, while cutting expenses is critical, there's often a limit to how much you can cut. But the amount you can earn? Theoretically, that's unlimited, or at least there's a lot more room for growth. We need to think outside the box here, get creative, and explore ways to boost your earnings because more income means more firepower to blast away that debt. Now, I'm not saying go quit your job tomorrow and start some crazy, unproven venture. But I am saying, look at your skills, your hobbies, your available time. Is there something you're good at that other people would pay for? Maybe you're great at writing, graphic design, or social media. Freelance platforms are full of opportunities. Maybe you can do handyman work, pet sitting, or tutoring in your spare evenings and weekends. These side hustles might not make you a millionaire overnight, but an extra few hundred or even $1,000 a month can make a gigantic difference when you're trying to climb out of a financial hole. Every extra dollar is a step closer to freedom. And then there's the holy grail for some passive income. This is money you earn with minimal ongoing effort, like royalties from a book, ad revenue from a small blog or YouTube channel, hey, that's me, or income from an investment. Now, building passive income streams often takes significant upfront work or capital, so it might not be an immediate solution if you're deep in bankruptcy. But it's something to start thinking about for the long term, for rebuilding your wealth you've navigated this tough period. For now, focus on those active side hustles. What can you start doing to bring in a little extra cash? Brainstorm, get creative, and take action. Chapter 5. The Marathon Mindset, Winning the Long Game Against Debt. We've covered a lot of practical steps: assessing, budgeting, negotiating, earning more. These are all incredibly important tools in your bankruptcy escape toolkit. But there's one more element that, honestly, underpins everything else, and that's your mindset. The journey out of bankruptcy or any significant debt is tough. It's not a quick fix. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And that's why staying positive and persistent, developing what I call the marathon mindset, is absolutely essential if you want to not just get through this, but truly turn your financial life around for good. It's easy to get discouraged when progress feels slow. There will be days when you feel like you're not making any headway, when an unexpected bill throws a wrench in your perfectly crafted budget, or when you're just tired of saying no to things you used to enjoy. This is normal. This is part of the process. The key is not to let these setbacks derail you completely. Acknowledge the feeling, allow yourself a moment, and then refocus on your long-term goal: financial freedom. Remember, you started this journey. Visualize what life will look like when you're debt-free, when you're in control, when you're building wealth instead of just servicing debt. That vision can be a powerful motivator on tough days. Celebrate the small wins along the way. Did you stick to your budget for a whole week? Awesome! Did you successfully negotiate a lower payment with a creditor? Fantastic! Did you make an extra $50 from your side hustle? That's progress. These little victories build momentum and reinforce positive habits. Surround yourself with supportive people if you can, or find online communities of others on similar journeys. And above all, be persistent. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. Keep making those smart financial choices day in and day out. It's the consistent effort over time that creates incredible results. You've got this, but you have to believe it and keep pushing. Outro, your fresh start awaits. The next chapter is yours. Wow, we covered a ton today, guys. From taking that hard first look at your numbers to creating a budget that actually works, negotiating with creditors, boosting your income, and most importantly, cultivating that resilient mindset. Escaping bankruptcy and rebuilding your financial life is a significant undertaking. There's no doubt about it. But as you've seen, it's absolutely possible with the right plan, the right strategies, and the right attitude. It's not about some secret trick, it's about consistent, informed action. I truly hope this breakdown has given you clarity and, more importantly, a sense of empowerment. If you found any of this valuable, if it sparked an idea or gave you a bit of hope, then please do me a huge favor and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps the channel out and allows more people who need this information to find it. And if you have questions, or your own tips, or just want to share your journey, drop a comment down below. I try to read as many as I can, and the community here is amazing. And of course, if you want more life-changing financial tips, strategies for saving money, investing, and building wealth, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Listen, if you're going through this, I want you to know you're not alone, and there is a path forward. Take these steps, implement them, and be patient with yourself. Financial recovery takes time, but every positive action you take today is an investment in a brighter, more secure tomorrow. Remember, bankruptcy is not the end. It's a new beginning. It's a chance to reset, rebuild, and come back stronger than ever. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.